Welcome, everybody. It's college football. It's in the air, and it's time to talk about betting and beating the book and taking his money. I'm joined once again with Drew Martin from Atlanta, Georgia, and we're breaking down another SEC team, and I got a feeling this could be his hometown favorite or his heart favorite. I'm not sure. Auburn Tigers. Hey, Drew, first and foremost, glad to have you back on with us. This is a team returning 14 starters, all right? They took quite a big hit on the offensive side, but they've got a 6.5 team total for the futures. What do you think about that team total? And is there something hidden up this coach's sleeve to make this team have a shot?
Well, Brenner, thanks for having me back on, and excited to talk some college football, especially heading to the Plains. And it should be an interesting handicap here for the War Eagle. Gus Malzahn in his fourth year here, and it's an interesting handicap mainly because there's some semblance of the 2013 year where Auburn made that run all the way to the national championship. They're bringing in a mobile junior college transfer at quarterback. His name's John Franklin. He was originally at FSU. And if you know Gus Malzahn's offense, mobility at the quarterback position is a huge part of their success, making the defense respect that zone read. So I actually think he's going to beat out the two incumbents, Jeremy Johnson and Sean White, for that quarterback position. I think that they'll be able to put some more points on the board for Auburn, Brenner.
Yeah, well, last year their offense was ranked number 94 in the nation and defense was number 70. They've got to tighten them numbers up if they want any kind of run at a year similar to 2013. Got a good friend of mine that said basically the same thing you just said. This quarterback that's coming in, all right, they say he's very, very mobile, he's dangerous, and that does kind of resemble how they got it done in 2013. That and a couple lucky plays against some big teams. But, hey, that's what happens to good teams when they win. The luck goes their way. I just think that, they're losing two running backs from last year, lost their quarterback, struggled to put points on the board. Now, I'm looking at their schedule, and right out of the bat, right out of the gate, they get Clemson at home, a team that's got a chip on their shoulder. I think they're going to be maybe in for some trouble there. LSU, I'm looking at the rest of the schedule. I've got to take the under 6.5. I don't know unless you can steer me the other way. I think there's going to be some good value betting this team against them early, and then as the second half of the year, maybe them starting to back them because I think there might be some underdogs in some bigger games that they might cover. What are your thoughts on that, and do you think they can eclipse a 6.5 win team total?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to talk you too much off of that. I'm pumping the brakes on Auburn as well, especially because, defensively, they bring in Kevin Steele from LSU as the defensive coordinator, taking over for Will Muschamp. But at the same time, when you watch some of their game film from last year, especially against LSU, some of the, like Alabama, the teams that could really run the ball, they very much struggled. So they're really going to depend on Carl Lawson. He is likely a future first-round draft pick, and they will have a pretty decent defensive line, rotating in 8 to 10 different guys, but they lose their whole linebacking core. So defensively, there's going to be some question marks. And as far as a season total bet, I'm going to shy away from that. But I would look, especially if this kid John Franklin comes in, adds that added mobility and can complete some passes, I would look to bet Auburn and Gus Malzahn's offense over in game totals as far as scoring a lot of points, Brenner.
Yeah, that might be a nice little angle there. And that Carl Lawson that you're talking about, yeah, that guy's a beast. He will. If he stays healthy, the sky is the limit for him. My concern also, though, is for the defensive starters. Here we go again. They got to learn a new system, a new coordinator, and this team's had a lot of that in the last few years with coaches bouncing in and out. So I don't know. I think it's going to take them some time to gel, and I think there's going to be some very, very good value as far as betting early on against them. And you hit it on the nose with they better start to learn to stop that run because they got Bama, they got Georgia, Ole Miss, Arkansas, and Mississippi State, not even talking about Clemson. All right, they got to learn to stop those teams. I think it's going to be a long year, and I think Gus Malzahn's going to really feel some heat after this season. Nice guy, does a great job. I think he's a very good coach, so we'll see what happens. And again, that's why they play the game. All right, viewers, you heard it, breaking down the Auburn Tigers, and you know what? Looking forward to college football kicking off. So stay tuned, find out where the early edge is. I like the under 6.5 for the team total against Auburn this year, so look at that as well. Hey, Drew, thanks for your insight, for breaking it down, and I can't wait for kickoff so we can start paying our bills with that bookie's money again because it's college football, baby.
It's almost here, Brenner. Talk to you soon, bud.
Always on the go? Bet365 has one of the top mobile platforms in today's market. Sign up today and don't let your busy life keep you out of the game.